is Jonathan, and I brought my friend Toto. Do you want to sit at the bottom? I promise we'll talk all about Toto in just a sec. My name is Jonathan, and I am the author of this book, and I brought my friend Toto with me here today. So we're going to read a story all about this cat. We're going to read 2 stories. We're going to do some fun stuff, and then I promise at the end of the day, everybody that wants to meet Toto will get to meet Toto. So we're going to have some fun today. So it's so exciting to be at the library. My name is Jonathan, and I wrote a book. And I'm the author of this book, so my name is on the book. Somebody else's name is here, and her name is Carol, and she's the illustrator of a book. Does anyone know what the illustrator does? What does the illustrator do? Do you know what the illustrator does? Do you know what does the illustrator do? Draws the pictures, that's right. And I think I want you to pay attention because she did a pretty good job about making Toto in the book look like this Toto here. And I want to tell you another secret. I'm in the book in 2 different places. So when we read the book and look at the pictures, you'll have to see if you can find me in the book. Now sometimes you guys get books at the library from Miss Amanda, and those are made-up stories. And the made-up stories can be a lot of fun. But the best part about this book is it's a true story. It's not a made-up story. And it's all about me and this kitty cat. And it's called Toto the Tornado Kitten. So are you guys excited to hear the story about me and this kitty cat? All right, and I promise we'll answer some questions in a little bit. So let's start out with Toto the Tornado Kitten. And we'll go to the first page and it says, "My name is Toto the Kitten." And what does the illustrator of the book do again? What did you say? Draws the pictures, that's right. And do you think that she did a pretty good job about making Toto in the book look like the real Toto, huh? Good job. What's your name? Do you want to sit right over there? And I promise you can listen to the stories and see the pictures and we'll be right with you. I was born in the woods in a small town called Brimfield. I lived happily in the woods and meadows with my mother. And there's a picture of a bunch of little kitties, but there's one with a butterfly on his tail right here. How silly is that? A cat with a butterfly on his tail? That's Toto right there, a cat with a butterfly on his tail. One day, a big storm called a tornado came along. The sky got darker and darker. It started to rain, and the wind began to blow. And look, there's a big storm coming, and can you see right down here, there's a tiny little kitten because there's a big storm coming. I bet he's pretty afraid, but I think he's going to be okay. Let's find out what happens to this kitty cat. It was so windy that I got blown all the way up into the top of a tree. My home in the forest was gone. Lots of other people and animals lost their homes too. It was quite a mess. Meow, I cried out. Won't someone please come help me? It was getting dark and I was stuck in a tree. And where's Toto? Can you point to where Toto is? Yeah, there he is. Can you see he's all the way stuck up in the top of the tree? I'd be afraid if I was stuck in a tree. He did. This is a true story. Let's find out what happens. A call was put out for help. Ambulances, fire trucks, police cars, and bucket trucks rushed to the scene. A very nice man who was helping to clean up all the trees in the forest found me. I knew that I would be okay. And sometimes people think this is me, but that's not me yet, so that's a good guess. I'm afraid of heights, so I wouldn't be up in a tree. So let's find out where he is, but keep an eye out for me. Good guess. All right. He brought me to the fire station. A special group of people were there helping all of the other animals like me who had lost their homes. Meow, I cried out. I was so cold and hungry. I was taken by the nice people to a special hospital for kittens far away so I could get better. I was so tiny that I had to drink milk from a baby's bottle. Now, do you remember I told you that this is a true story? It's not a made-up story? I want to show you a picture of Toto the day that we found him. Can you see how little he was? He was so tiny that he would fit in my hands. Do you think that he would fit in my hands now? No, he got a lot bigger than this, didn't he? Yeah. Let's find out what happens next. I was so tiny that I had to drink milk from a baby's bottle. Next, I stayed at the animal shelter, a place for kittens like me who need a new home. I began to grow and get bigger. They were very, very nice to me. I got to eat as much as I wanted. I had lots of yummy food. And what do you think, raising your hand, what does Toto like to eat? What do you think? What do you think? You forgot. What do you think? What do you think? Fish, he likes fish. What else do cats like to eat? Cat food. What do they like to drink? Water, and what else? Milk. Yeah, so Toto likes all those things, but he likes to eat people food too. So he eats Twizzlers and Doritos, and he loves to eat lettuce and cucumbers are his favorite kind of food. So he likes to eat people food. He's a silly cat, isn't he? All right, where were we? We were at the animal shelter. I got to eat as much as I wanted. I had lots of yummy food. When people heard about my amazing story, they wrote me lots of letters and cards. I was even on TV. I was a superstar. And do you guys think the idea of a kitty cat on television is silly? How about if I show you this picture of Toto being interviewed on the TV? Can you see? How silly is that? A kitty cat being interviewed on the TV. That's Toto. All right. I was even on TV. I was a superstar. All right. Finally, the day came when I was ready to leave. I had met lots of nice people, but I wanted a home that I could call my own. One day, a nice couple came and chose me to go home with them, and guess what? They took me back to Brimfield, where my journey began. And there's somebody driving a pickup truck with a hat on and a cat on their lap. Who do you think that is? Yeah, see, that's me. I told you I was in the book. That's the best part about writing a book, is you get to be in it. Now, each day in my new home is fun and exciting. I chase cat toys, I take long naps, and I love to sit on laps. I get to go for car rides to visit my friend Dr. Michelle at the animal hospital. She makes sure that I'm growing up to be big and strong. So just like you guys go to the doctor, Toto goes to the doctor too. Does anyone know what the kind of doctor that takes care of animals is called? Do you know? What is it? A veterinarian, that's right. So this is a veterinarian. That's the kind of doctor that takes care of animals, and she's very nice to Toto. Sometimes when it's quiet and I'm alone at my new home, I get sad. I miss my mom and my old home. I hope she knows I'm all right. It's okay to miss the things that you love, but now I have a forever home where I am very happy. No more tornadoes for me. The end. Who do you think this is in the book? Here. Yeah, see, I told you I was in the book in two different spots. Did you guys like the story? All right, I have another book for you, but we're going to do some fun stuff first. I have some questions, and you have to raise your hand so everybody can hear you. Let's start out with a guess. Is Toto a boy cat or a girl cat? Who wants to take a guess? What do you think? A boy cat. Yeah, he's a boy cat, so somebody wanted to know that. How about if we were going to weigh Toto, we weigh things in pounds. Who wants to take a guess of how many pounds Toto would weigh if we weighed him? How many pounds do you think? 30. That would be a big cat. Holy cow. 30. He's less than 30. What do you think? 100. We're going up. So it's less than 30. What do you think? 10. And what's a little bit more than 10? 20. What's the next one up? 11. Yeah, he weighs 11 pounds. Exactly. Good work. And that's it. How about if we were gonna, let's see, if we were gonna weigh Toto, if we were gonna measure Toto all the way from his nose to his tail, how many inches do you think Toto would be? Who wants to take a guess of how many inches? How many inches do you think? 10 inches? What's your name? Are you afraid of kitty cats? No. Do you want to come help me measure Toto? Because I brought a tape measure and we're going to find out how many inches he really is. All right? So Whitney, why don't you come up and help me measure him, okay? So you're going to be the nose person. You're not afraid of cats, are you? And I just need 2 more volunteers, so who else wants to help me? Do you want to help me? Perfect. And do you want to help me? Perfect. So for this to work, everybody else can sit on their bottom. So you're going to hold this end of the tape measure, and you're going to stand underneath here. Oh, sorry, buddy, and face everybody, okay? Good job. And then we'll pull the tape measure extra tight. So you stand over here and pull the tape measure, and you're going to be the tail person. So what was your name? Whitney thought that Toto was 11 inches if we're going to measure him. 10 inches. All right, so the correction. Perfect. So noted. So we're going to measure him. So we're actually, I brought a tape measure. We're going to actually measure him. You ready? So let's do this. All right, here we go. Pull that tape measure extra tight. All right. All right, there you go. So now this is the one time you're allowed to pull the kitty cat's tails gently. So put the tape measure right on his nose. Go ahead, put it. Put it right to the tape measure. Don't pull. Put it right on the tape measure. There you go. All right, is it on his nose? Go ahead. There you go. What's your name? Emmett, do you know what that number is? 37. So Emmett's going to tell you how many inches Toto is from nose to tail. How many inches? 37. So you had a good guess, but he's a little bit longer than 10 inches. So you guys were good Toto measurers. Good work. Excellent. Who wants to take a guess on how many years old Toto is? How many years old is he? Who hasn't guessed on this side here? How many years old do you think he is? 5. Did you know that ahead of time, or were you just guessing? Just guessing? That's a good guess, because he's actually 5 years old. So we learned Toto is 5 years old, he weighs 11 pounds, and he's 37 inches, which is pretty good. I have one more book to share. I have one more book to share with you guys. But before we do that, I want to share one more thing with you. Last year we went to a school where all the students were deaf, and they had to use sign language. Does anyone know what sign language is? What's sign language?
It's what you communicate something with your hand.
That's exactly what it is. What a smart young girl you are. It's when you use your hands to make words. So do you know what? I learned to do this whole book in sign language. Would you guys like to learn some sign language? All right. So let's start out. What kind of animal is Toto? What kind of animal is he? A cat, exactly. So you know how you say cat in sign language? Everybody take your hands on your side of your mouth like this, and just do this. Excellent. Let me see your best cats. Good work. But when we found Toto, he was a kitten. So you know how you say kitten? You already know half of it. You ready? Do this, and then you put your hands together like this. Because this means small, and this means cat. So a cat who is small is a kitten, right? How would you think you would say tornado in sign language? What do you think? Show me. Yeah, exactly. You ready? Do this. Take your 2 fingers together and spin them around in a big circle. We got a whole room full of tornadoes going. Good work. Excellent. You can make letters with your hands. So to spell Toto's name, it's T-O-T-O. So to say the letter T, take your thumb and put it right through your fist. Hold up your best T's. Let me see your best T's, everybody. Nope, you ready? Thumb right here. You ready? Good job. To say O, how do you think you would say O in sign language?
Just like this.
Exactly, just like this. So do you know what? We've learned enough. We can do the whole title to Toto's book in sign language. You guys ready? Here we go. T-O-T-O, the tornado kitten. Good job. Let's do it again. You ready? Here we go. T-O-T-O, the tornado kitten. Let's do it, but the whole room will be quiet. We won't say anything. We'll just do sign language. You ready? Here we go. You guys are good. Do you want to learn one more thing in sign language that's a lot of fun? I work at a fire station and there's a fire truck. Can everyone see the fire truck here? Yeah? You know how you say fire truck in sign language? This one is a lot of fun. You ready? You do this. Fire truck. That's it. Fire truck. And there's an ambulance in the book. Everyone see the ambulance there? You know how you do ambulance in sign language? This one's fun too. You ready? Do this. That's it. That's the ambulance. Here's one that you can learn that's not in the book. You ready? Bubble bath. Bubble bath. Good work. I'll teach you one more thing in sign language. What do you say if somebody does something nice for you, your mom or your dad or a librarian? What do you say? Thank you? But you don't have to say thank you. You can do thank you in sign language. You take your hand on your chin like this and just push it away. That means thank you. And this is your welcome, which is pretty cool. So your librarian, Miss Amanda, she has books that are all about sign language. She has books that are about tornadoes, and she even has a book about a cat that lives in a library, which is pretty cool, called Dewey the Decimal Cat. So you guys have been really patient, and we learned some things about Toto, and I know everybody wants to meet Toto, but the best part is I'm going to read one more book all about this kitty cat, and then I promise we'll start a line and we'll have a chance to meet Toto, which is the best part of the book. So are you guys excited to hear one more book about Toto? And this is another true story, and it's a true story about all the places that Toto goes in real life, and it's called Oh Toto, Where Did You Go? And I'm in the book in one spot in here too, because I'm in all my books. So let's hear the story about Toto, Oh Toto, Where Did You Go? Are you ready? All right. Hi, how are you? Good. All right. When I woke up this morning, I knew something was wrong. The bedside was empty, my friend Toto was gone. He had packed up his leash and taken some food, but not left a note, which I thought was quite rude. I'd set out to find him. I'd search high and low. Oh, Toto, I thought, where on earth did you go? He does. He has a little backpack he travels with sometimes. Let's find out all the places that Toto really goes in real life. You ready? My friends at the bank said he brought in some change. A cat at the bank, cried one lady. How strange. He deposited some cash, 3 dimes and $1. Give the money to the shelter, read a note tucked in his collar. The tellers gave him some treats while he sat on the floor. Then he got up and stretched and went right out the door. Oh, do you want to have her just sit right over there? I promise. Yeah. There you go. All right, perfect. All right. Where are we? We just got to the bank. So, all right. The fireman said he'd stopped in for a chat. That's no ordinary pet there. He's our mascot cat. The first time we saw him, he was so tiny and small, but look at him now, so handsome and tall. He had helped out with chores and sat with them all, but when the fire bell rang, he went out on a call. All right. What kind of building are we in today? Where are we at? Do you think Toto goes to the library? Of course he does. The librarian told me he'd stopped in for a look. He sat with the children while they read him his book. It was the story of a kitten blown into a tree and all the people who helped him until he came home with me. When story time was over, he said, I've places to be. He cleaned off his whiskers. I'm going to be on TV. The postmaster told me he'd brought in some mail, so many packages, even one tied to his tail. He mailed out his books to each Toto fan, to Vermont and to Boston and even Japan. When the books were all sent, he thanked them a bunch, then headed out back to meet someone for lunch. Yeah, see, there's even one tied right on his tail there. He's way up on the top of a pile of books here. He loves going to the post office. Does anyone take the school bus to school yet? Yeah, do you ever see a kitty cat on your school bus? No, if you lived where I live in Brimfield, you'd see a kitty cat on your school bus. So sometimes we put Toto on the school bus and he goes to school. So we had to put that in there. The whole school was there when Toto arrived on the bus. An appearance by Toto always causes a fuss. He taught each of the students about being kind to their pets, how important it is to treat all with respect. He wandered through classrooms and sat for a spell, but left on a mission at the sound of the bell. How about going to the gym or the YMCA? Does anyone go with your mom or dad to the gym? You do? Have you ever seen a kitty cat there? No. You would if you went to our YMCA, because Toto loves going to the YMCA. He remarked to his friends at the YMCA, going to the gym is the best part of my day. He watched people stretch, lift, laugh. He watched people stretch, lift things and run. Silly humans, he thought, cats do all that for fun. After doing cat yoga, he strolled out the door. Thanks for the workout. I'll be back soon for more. And that's downward facing cat if you do yoga. He had remarked to his friends he had gotten a ride to the television station so he could tell his great story to all Toto Nation. Sitting upright and proud, he talked to the host. What a very special tale. You're the cat with the most. Thanks for giving me time to share my great story, but I have to head out now. I'm really quite sorry. By the end of the day, I was sad and alone. Still missing my best friend, I headed back home. But when I got to the house and opened the door, I found Toto quite happy, asleep on the floor. Oh, one more page here, stuck together. All right. Of all the places I went when I got out to Rome, he said, I found the best place to be is right here at home. The end. Yeah, and who's this, do you think? Yeah, see, I told you I was in the both books, which is pretty cool. Did you guys like those? Yes. So if you want to sit on your bottoms for one more minute, we're going to talk to all the grown-ups and everyone, and then I promise we're going to get a chance to meet Toto, which is the best part of the day. So the Toto the Tornado kitten story is completely true. I'm a paramedic in the town of Brimfield, Massachusetts, and when a tornado came through our town in 2011, a tree worker found a little 6-day-old kitten in a tree and brought him to the fire station where I work. We couldn't take care of him, so we gave him to the animal shelter until our house got fixed up, which was damaged by the tornado. But afterwards, we got to adopt him, and I wrote the Tornado Kitten book all about him.